Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of NasCard Radio. This is episode 168 of NasCard Radio. I clicked the wrong button already. We're trading cards and racing meat. I'm your pal Val. With me is the man, the myth, the legend, PSA, and White Castle Hall of Famer, Logan. Logan, how are you tonight?
I'm feeling like the side force is with me.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. Got a great show for everybody today. We are going to do a racing recap of all the races that we had going on. We had a few, and we got a special announcement today. And we'll talk about Black Fridays coming up, one of my favorite times of the year for cards. And we'll finish the show with King's Court.
Cool. Yeah, our special announcement is going to be great.
Yes. And want to thank our sponsor, Panini America. I can't wait. I got a bunch of calls from some seasonal sponsors, so we'll have those coming up here during the season here. So
awesome! I can't wait for them.
Yeah, and then special shout out to Kyle Katz, Jason Freeman, Michael Haggard, and Pit Road Network for the YouTube comments. We read them, so please leave them.
Yes, thank you very much.
All right, where are we at now? All right, I guess to the championship races.
Yeah, this first one's going to be a doozy.
Oh my goodness gracious! All right, so the Craftsman Truck Series, that was race number 23, and that was the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series Championship race, and that was Friday, November 3rd at Phoenix Raceway, and Corey Heim almost won that until Kosin Hocevar came along, and then Christian Eckes won the race.
And Grant Enfinger almost won.
and then our highest finishing rookie was Jake Garcia, but in all that mess that was the 4 overtimes, our 5th place finisher and highest of the championship 4 was Ben Rhodes, who, with that 5th place finish, won his 2nd Craftsman Truck Series in 3 years.
Yeah, congrats to him. That was I'm going to be really nice here when I say this. That the finish of that race was a clown show.
Man, oh my goodness. I was beside myself and trying to put what I was feeling during that race in the words. I think Corey Heim should have won that race or won the championship. Carson Hocevar, he screwed up. And I don't know if this is good or bad, but it's like, instead of being aggressive, he knew he messed up because he's beating on the steering wheel and everything else. But instead of like continuing to charge on, and it was what it was, it's like he fell back and like he lost all his mojo.
Yeah, he was the anti-Dale Earnhardt.
Yeah, I understand feeling bad or whatever, but I'm part of me is like, man, I don't know if I want him to drive my cup car. So right, because I was just thinking about that, but they're racing hard. It was a mistake, and either he didn't think about it, and he it is what it is. Then on the second part, Corey Heim, I thought he did himself a horrible disservice by taking out or not taking out, or had a malfunction for a second and took Kosovar out later on the race, because when it was all said and done, I think, and you correct me if I'm wrong, if Heim comes in, has the better car, gets tires, and has a little Dale Earnhardt in him and refuses to die, I think he would have been up there at the end of that race.
I think so too. I think he screwed himself. He was hell bent on revenge and was not thinking about the big picture.
He was trying to win the battle instead of the war.
Yeah, he screwed himself, I think.
And give it to Grant Enfinger and Ben Rhodes. They're the 3 and 4 car, and they're battling out because 1 and 2, took themselves out, or whatever. 2 took out 1, and then 1 took out 2, and Grant Enfinger almost won this thing. So I think Corey Haim, hopefully he learns his lesson that you never give up. Maybe he's too young to realize one of those things where Jimmy Johnson started from the back of in 2016 to win that race and the championship, and I guess it was at Homestead at the time, or some of these other ones that had got laps down. Earnhardt, would come back and win. So he had a fast truck. He just Corey Haim did himself a disservice. So, but Ben Rhodes, hopefully he sends Corey Haim and Carson Hosmer a nice fruit basket.
Yes, he needs to send it to him because, like you said, I think Corey Haim could have come back. I think he had time to come back because there was like 30-something laps to go, 31 laps to go when that happened, and he didn't get hit. He didn't have really any damage per se. He just had to go in and get some new tires, and because look what Grant Enfinger did at the end.
Yeah, well, the guy there. Yeah, so the announcers, couldn't stop talking about how whenever it was, they came in and got tires and ended up, winning the race after a few restarts. And sure enough, that played into it. So, but when it's all shoulda, coulda, woulda, but Ben Rhodes is a 2-time champion.
Yep, congrats to him, man. He stuck it out, and he didn't try to kill himself or somebody else.
And I think the person who got lost in this whole thing is Christian Eckes. I think he's like, didn't I just win the race? What?
Yeah, nobody was talking about him at all.
No, it's like, hey, you go celebrate over there in the corner, and you guys play amongst yourselves, and then we're gonna have this big championship over here. It's like we're having this big party. Don't bother us. I felt really bad for Christian Eckes. Same thing almost could be said for Ross Chastain, but we'll talk about that when we get there. But
yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so cards, because we're all about the cards.
Yes, we are.
All right, let's start with the most, I guess, I don't know, what's the right word here, the most unpopular person at the track was Christian Eckes. Where's his cards? Here's his cards. I don't want to do him disservice here. So his rookie cards are in 2020 Panini Chronicles, Extension autographs, in 2020 Chronicles Spectra, 2020 Panini Prism. He has a base card there. All the parallels and signing sessions, and also in the 2020 Panini National Treasures has a few cards there. And
and he's not wearing any masks in any of those cards either.
Oh yeah, and what else we got? We have Jake Garcia's highest fishing rookie at position 2. But he has no cards. Maybe he'll get some cards this year. And then I guess the main attraction is, or our champion is Ben Rhodes, who we talked about last week when we did the Final Four. 2013 Press Pass Fanfare, card number 99. There's a few parallels to those in 2013, and there's also the Young Gun autographs, and looks like there are 5 parallels to that as well. So that's what they look like. They have regular and then die cut and Press Pass. They did all kinds of levels of die cuts.
Yeah, Press Pass kind of cheaped out on the images. They only had that one image.
Yeah. Control C and Control V or whatever.
Yeah. Hey, those are my favorite keys, man.
What's that?
Control C and Control V, man. Like,
yeah, exactly.
I'm happy with the best of them.
That's what I'm saying. So, all right. Next race. It is going to be the Fresh from Florida 250. That's going to be at Daytona International Speedway Friday, February 16th, 2024, 7:30 p.m. So we got some time.
Week or two.
Yeah. But I just want to, I always talk about when the next race is. So mark your calendars. We'll talk about it a few times before then. But yeah, what a mess that was.
Yeah, and I saw a lot of people on social media. They told me that I was being really, really nice calling it a clown show, because really it was pretty much a cluster there at the end.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody had Ben Rhodes on the bingo card. I know Ben did, but
I didn't. I thought for sure that we were going to see like Corey Heim or Carson Hocevar take it. So
yeah, or we were open, or the sentimental pick was Grant Enfinger because they're shutting down GMS.
yep, that would
And
be
he
cool to
was,
go out on a
yeah,
high note like that.
he was close.
Yeah, he
He was
was. He
close.
got screwed. He got screwed out of it.
All right, let's move over to the Xfinity Series race number 33. That was the Xfinity Series Championship. That was Saturday, November 4th at Phoenix Raceway. Cole Custer was our winner. Highest finishing rookie was Chandler Smith at position 8. And with that win, Cole Custer won the championship.
I didn't have that one on my bingo card either.
Yeah, I mean, the Fords were tough.
Yes, indeed.
All right.
They came to play, man. They came to win.
They sure did. Well, yeah. And Cole Custer, his cards are in 2016. 2016 Panini certified base card there. That's one to the right in the PSA holder. There's a few parallels to that. There's also a certified potential signature in 2016 Panini certified. 2016 Panini Prism only driver signatures, no base cards, just signatures there. 2016 Panini Torque card number 69. All the parallels, printing plates, test proofs. Because I saw printing plates and then the test proof, and I was like trying to put them both together in two separate groups. They're all 101s though. It's like, how many 101s can you have? You can have two sets of 101s.
You sure can.
And then also in 2016 Panini Torque driver scripts with a few parallels there. And so that's his first championship. And he definitely was trying to prove the boys, hey, I belong in Cup. He kind of drove away with it there.
He did. He looks at that as a demotion. I mean, and it is. I mean, let's just be honest.
Yeah, I mean, most people would. He won at the Cup level. It's not like he didn't win at the Cup level. He had like one or two wins before he got kind of demoted. So, it's sometimes it's good to have a chip on your shoulder, a little extra motivation. And look what he did.
Kyle Busch.
Oh yeah, I think Kyle Busch is kind of the poster child for that.
Yes, he is.
I don't think we have Kyle Busch that we know if he doesn't get kind of removed from Hendrick.
Yep.
So I think that's like the creating of the superhero there.
No doubt.
And let's see what else we got. So Chandler Smith is our highest finishing rookie. His cards are in 2021 Donruss. He has signature series there. 2021 Panini Chronicles. He's in the Chronicles autographs, Obsidian, Score autographs, Select autographs, and Spectra. 2021 Panini National Treasures. 2021 Panini Prism base card there with all the parallels. And Panini Prism signing sessions. And I think when I bring this up, I point out that he has only one signing sessions on the checklist that Panini produced, but there are more signing session versions that are out there that we think came through Panini points. Some way, somehow.
Yep.
But they're not on the master checklist, but that's why you listen to the show. And so those, I think, are some sneaky ones to kind of pick up that people don't realize what's going on with them, right? Because we think it's on the checklist or whatever, but unless you're probably and I'm sure the Chandler Smith diehard collectors don't want us to talk about them, but I'm sure they know about it. So,
well, yeah, they do.
And that's why we're here to let everybody know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, moving along. Next race number 1, beef. It's what's for dinner. 300 Daytona International Speedway, Saturday, February 17th at 5 p.m. Eastern.
I think that could have been a sponsor for the truck race. Beef, it's on the track.
Man, yeah. And then moving over to the Cup Series. That was race number 36, and that was the NASCAR Cup Series Championship, and that was Sunday, November 5th at Phoenix Raceway. Ross Chastain was our winner. Highest finishing rookie was Ty Gibbs at position 21. Our highest finishing of the championship 4 was position 2, Ryan Blaney. So we have Ross Chastain, our race winner, but our 2023 Cup Series champion is Ryan Blaney.
Yeah, Chastain refused to lose for sure.
Yeah, he wanted to make sure that he was mentioned in that conversation. He has a lot to prove, I think, and he was showing it. He wasn't giving an inch. So I like Chastain, but when I think of Chastain, I think of how he didn't give Chase Elliott an inch last year and drove him into the wall. Took him out of the championship 4 last year.
Yep.
So I thought somebody might mess with Chastain a little bit, but they didn't. They were racing clean, and of course Blaney, I think he had a little bit of Corey Haim going on there, and I think finally somebody said, you know what, it's all right to lose the battle. You got to win the war. So cooler heads prevailed, and Blaney won the championship. Ford swept the weekend.
I was screaming at the TV. It's like, dude, you don't have to win the race. Finish where you are, and you're the champion.
I said the same thing. Of course, we're older dogs than those young guys. So, and our race, what good?
I was going to say, well, this was the first race, the first championship race in the playoff era where the champion did not win the race.
Yeah, so Chastain wanted to make sure that that he had that little nugget there, and then also Blaney is the first one to give Penske back-to-back championships.
Yeah. Congrats to the captain.
Yeah. All right, Ross Chastain, his rookie cards down here. I didn't have it labeled. There we go. 2012 Press Pass Fanfare card number 66. A few parallels there. Magnificent Materials. And also 2012 Press Pass Fanfare autographs. That is it for 2012. His next cards aren't until 2017 in Donruss.
Yeah, that's hard to believe, man.
And well, he had cards when he was pretty young in Press Pass, and like Josh Berry, these guys are determined, and some of them, they all don't follow the same path, right?
Yeah, correct. And I will give this kudos to Press Pass, even though they're not around anymore. They were very good at finding the hot shoes and the hot prospects.
Yeah, of course there was plenty they missed too, but yeah.
Yes.
You go look at 2009 Element and 2010 Element, but then when they hit them too. So
yeah, they had their fair share of duds.
but to your point though, they did have them, and they had multiple. They have 5-7 releases a year, and some of them would be only in certain products and others in only other products. So it wasn't like they were slammed in through every product. So anyway, I digress. Ty Gibbs, 2020 Chronicles, our 2023 Rookie of the Year.
My boy, freaking Gibbs.
Yeah. 2020 Panini Prism, only scripted signatures there. So 2020 Chronicles is kind of in a few few of those sets in there. So, and then our 2023 champion, all the way back to, again, that 2012 Press Pass Fanfare, like Ross Chastain. It's got Ryan Blaney and Bubba Wallace in there. But we want to talk about Ryan Blaney. Card number 77 parallels there. Blue holofoil die cuts, silver, number to 25, sapphire to number to 20, diamond to 5. Also magnificent materials, number to 125 or 75. And then fanfare Young Guns autographs. 4 versions there, number to 399, 158, 75, or 10. And you can find it with the full name, or I was gonna say the rarer is his full name. The more common is what you see on the screen where he uses the Y for the L. I meant to get a image up there of the other one, but I have a few of those. So I was like I said, there's no secret, whatever. I used to follow Dave Blaney when he ran Amoco because of my father-in-law worked for BP Amoco and went to hospitality tents and stuff. That was kind of my first experience with some of the garages and stuff like that. So naturally, when I saw Ryan running, I kind of gravitated to him because I knew about Dave. So, and he did real well. And here he is, 23 champion. Of course, my dad's a big Ryan Blaney fan too. He had I don't know what he said. It was a few dollars on Blaney to win the championship. So he had money on the championship. I think it was like maybe 9-1 or something. So I think he won $40 or something.
There you go. We should have bet too. I'm just not a betting guy, and right now I don't have the money to bet anyway.
Well, again, he only put like $4 or $5 down. So at the beginning of the year, just so I think he usually tries to bet him every race as too, but he bets $5. So I guess it gives him kind of something to root for or whatever and watch the races. But
that's cool. Yeah. I was glad to see Blaney bring that championship home for the entire family. That was I know his dad was very proud. Yeah,
I mean that basically puts that family not justifies that family. What is, I guess, mission accomplished, right? Between his validates with his grandfather and his dad and him, and so the whole Blaney line there will forever be known as NASCAR champion. So
yeah, I'm proud of the boy. I really am. I was jumping up and down. I went over to my wife and I said, "You got to feel my heart," because it was like beating really fast. I said, and when they finally got to the white flag, I'm going, all you got to do is just bring it home. That's all you got to do,
Yeah, I think I stood for the last 4 laps watching. I was like, come on.
I think I did too.
No
caution. I was in front of the TV
so.
screaming, like my head off.
Yeah. All right. Next race number 1. The Busch Light Clash at the Coliseum, Los Angeles Coliseum, Sunday, February 4th at 8 p.m.
Can't wait because I'm already missing the season.
All right, let's move over to Formula One. That was that was Sunday, November 5th, and that was the Brazil Grand Prix. And no shock, Max Verstappen was our winner, and I think I don't know, Charles Leclerc was out of the first turn.
He didn't even start the race. They were on the warm ups, the getting ready to be on the grid, and something happened. I think he had some hydraulics or something go bad or something.
Yeah.
It was like the Scuderia, Ferrari thing that you show with The Office.
Shall we watch it?
I think we should watch that.
I'm telling you, Ferrari boy.
Well, Sad but true.
I want him to do well, you know.
I do too.
Hopefully they can get all this worked out and have a great 2024.
I hope so too.
Oh my goodness. And Max finished finished P1, led 68 of the 71 laps. Lando Norris led 3. With that win, Max Verstappen has won 32 of 42 races for a 76.1% ratio in the 2022 and 2023 season. He's also had 10 straight in a row. Lewis is 0 for 42.
I wonder how long he's going to stick it out. I know he's going to be back next year, but past that, I don't know what he's going to do. He may just, I don't know.
Yeah, and I take no pleasure in this. I'm just, a numbers guy here, and we're always counting up the ticks for Max Verstappen. I'm like, let me look in the last 2 years, and let's, put these numbers together. And then I'm like, well, what's the percentage? And, 76.1%. It's like, and I thought Lewis had a few wins, and I go back and look, he's like 0 for 42. So Max is 32 for 42. Lewis is 0 for 42 in those same 2 seasons. It's incredible. I don't know if I've been only watching F1 for a few years, and this is like crazy that he is as dominant. And I'm sure a lot has to do with the car.
Yes.
And he is pulling away in points. He is now 266 points ahead of Sergio Perez with 2 races left.
I hope he can win the championship.
Yeah. So he increased his lead from last week. I was looking like, is anybody even getting close to him? No. In the top 5, he is expanding the lead further. So it's just unbelievable.
The fight now is for second.
Even then, Perez needs to finish well. He's got 266 to 298 for Lewis Hamilton. So it's what is that? That's quick math there, 20 something points. So 2 races left. Yeah, Perez needs to show up.
Yeah, he doesn't need to be crashing on the first lap of any races.
Yeah, that other one could come to bite him, but we'll see. Next race, I love this one, is November 18th, Las Vegas, and the start time is 10 p.m. Pacific time. So that's Saturday night at 10 or Sunday at 1 a.m. Eastern.
Yeah, you think they're doing that for the foreign crowd to have it during the daytime for them?
So the funny thing is, today I'm looking and people are complaining that the lowest temperature that the track's ever been was like 5 Celsius. And they're saying this one might be 4 Celsius. So I don't know if there's going to be some issues with the track not being hot enough. So I don't know. I, totally missed the start times the last couple of weeks, or have not been paying attention, because I thought it was going to be either in the evening or in the morning or whatever it is, because Vegas is hot. Vegas is always hot. But man, a 10 p.m. start, I'm sure it has to do for the international crowd. I don't know if I'm in Vegas, and I guess 10 p.m. That's an awful late race for me, but
yeah. Yeah, you got to think though, if the track is going to be cool, I mean, that's going to give more grip, I think. It's just a matter of getting the tires heated up. That's the thing.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I guess we will find out. So no race this weekend. So and I think we're going to take next week off.
I'm down with that.
So we'll take next week off. No show next week, and we'll be back to cover the Las Vegas Grand Prix.
That's going to be a heck of a race, though. I mean, you have to admit, it's going to be on the streets of Las Vegas. That's going to be incredible.
I guess that's why maybe it's at 10 p.m.
Well, yeah, that's true too. But Vegas is the city that never sleeps. So I mean, there's no good time really to have it when you think about it, because if I was there, and me, you've been around me long enough that if I was there, I'd be up till 3 or 4 in the morning there goofing around or blowing money or whatever.
Yeah. We didn't talk about Max's cars. We've been talking about Max's cars for a long time, but 2020, the majority, there was a few before that in 2016, one in 2018, but most folks go after the 2020 or the 2020 tops now.
Yeah.
So, so next race, Las Vegas on the 18th. Then the final race will be November 26th in Abu Dhabi. But we will talk about that when we get there. But no races this weekend. Las Vegas Grand Prix the following weekend on Saturday.
Yeah, I can't wait. It's going to be a great race. That's all we've got left now, because IndyCar, their season ended early.
Yep.
And of course, NASCAR's done. So this is it for us.
Yeah. So everybody go into the F1 race in Las Vegas. Don't forget to go by the Tops booth and get your third installment of trading cards.
Yep. The last 10 cards.
Yes. Last 10 cards.
So that'll be cool. And if anybody gets any extra packs and they want to send them our way, we're your guy.
Oh, me too. Yep. Yes. All right. That's it with the racing recap for now.
Okay. So I have a few stats for the Cup season that I want to run by you and see what you think about some of these things. These are some of the more obscure stats. It's not like who had the most wins, all that kind of junk. So I'm going to ask you a few questions and see what you think here. So first of all, who do you think had the most finishes of 30th or worse this season?
Now, I'm going to say, and I'm going to use the same answer that I used before. Ty Dillon.
Yes, Ty Dillon.
So and you're my witness. I knew that before.
Yes, you did. You knew that one. But yeah, that's not good. And then on the other side of that coin, who finished all 36 races?
I think I said Michael McDowell.
No, Corey LaJoy.
Yeah, so I was close, but
so same team. Yeah. So you have one driver that can finish, and the other one who has terrible finishes all the time. That's not real. That's not saying a whole lot for your driving ability. So, because that's the same team, Spire Motorsports, and of course next year you're going to have Carson Hocevar in that 77 car replacing Ty Dillon. So
I think that is definitely an upgrade. Nothing against Ty Dillon, but that Ty Dillon's a lot older. His rookies are in 2012, so I don't know. I just think he's got a lot of other stuff going on. So
yeah. So who had the most consecutive lead lap finishes? In other words, who finished on the lead lap the most times in a row?
That one I'm not sure about.
That would be Brad Kay with 24.
That's impressive.
24 races. That's very impressive.
So I know he didn't get any wins, but that is impressive.
Yeah, the Roush camp they're improving. I think next year they're going to be a force to be reckoned with.
Oh, with Chris Buescher rattling off 3 wins. I did not have that on my bingo card this year.
No.
Maybe Brad, I would have said, had maybe a few wins, but not Chris Buescher.
No, I didn't see that one coming either. So with that being said, who completed the most laps in Cup this year?
Brad Keselowski.
Close. Chris Buescher. With 9,225.
All right.
So yeah, he completed the most laps. So now this is a good one for you. Who had the most DNFs this year?
I don't know.
Austin Dillon with 10. He failed to finish 10 races this year. And I thought that with Kyle Busch being over there, that would be an uplift, and that would it's like what they say with the rising tide rises all ships. I thought, well, okay, this is going to elevate Austin Dillon's game. Well, wrong-o, apparently not. So, and then
Wow.
who do you think led the most laps this year?
Oh, I don't know.
That would be Kyle Larson with 1,127.
Oh, wow. Yeah, okay. I can see that.
So those are a few obscure stats. Now I've got some other stats here, and this first stat that I'm going to talk about, or stats, is from our friend Hallie Emery, who is on Twitter. He's a good stat guy. He's my go-to guy these days for all these obscure stats. But did you know that in Kevin Harvick's first and last Cup races, they were both won by the number one car?
That's crazy.
Yeah, the other one, I think it was Steve Park won in the first race he was in, and of course, Ross Chastain won in the last race. So that's an interesting stat. And also from Hallie, he said that, did you know that Dale Earnhardt Jr. was the first caution of Harvick's first race, and Kyle Busch was involved in the last caution of Harvick's last race? Both of them drove the number 8 car.
That's
amazing.
Crazy. Yep.
And one more stat from him. He's got all kinds of stats. I like, because he likes all these really obscure things, and I love that. He said, for the first time since 1992, at the end of the Cup season, less than 2 drivers, which that would be one, less than 2 drivers scored more than 20 top 10 finishes this year. So think about that for just a second. One driver had more than 20 top 10 finishes this year. Do you know who that was?
No.
That would be Chris Buescher.
Nice.
Yeah. So just some interesting stats there. I wanted to throw out there, just talking about the previous season, which this season was NASCAR's 75th anniversary, and I thought it was a great season. I'm real happy with it.
Yeah, Ryan Blaney loved it.
Yes, he did.
All right, let's go into the big announcement. Then we'll do Black Friday, because we're already pushing 38 minutes. And then
this is gonna be a long episode. It looks like. Okay, yeah, let's talk about our special announcement. So if you want to hit it, then let's go for it. All right, guess what we're going to be doing, folks? We are going to be starting the Racing Card Hall of Fame. And of course, you see Denny over there. He's saying this one's really special, and it really is special. We kind of took this from the Baseball Card Hall of Fame, and we're doing our own spin on it. If you want to go to the website, Val, we can talk about the rules and all the different things about the Racing Card Hall of Fame. All right, so if you folks want to go out now, you can go out to racingcardhof.com, and you will be directed to the NASCAR radio page that has the Racing Card Hall of Fame. So looking at this page real quick, we're going to talk about this. I'm going to read it. It says that the Racing Card Hall of Fame stands as a digital portal recognizing the most important and influential racing trading cards of the legends of the high speed of motorsports. Nestled within these hallowed digital walls are the ultimate trading cards of the most illustrious figures in racing history. This forum pays homage to the trading card drivers, teams, machines that have left an indelible mark on the racetracks of the world. You will be treated to a captivating journey throughout time, guided by pictures of vintage to modern race cards that bear witness to the glory and sacrifices of racing's elite. From the daring feats of Formula One champions to the thunderous roars of NASCAR legends, the Racing Card Hall of Fame offers a tribute to the trading cards of our heroes who've pushed the boundaries of speed and skill, leaving an enduring legacy in the chronicles of motorsports history. So rev up your engines and enjoy. This is going to be really fun. So basically what we're going to be doing is we're forming a committee. It's going to be myself and Val. We're going to have a couple other folks in there, and just have some basic, subject matter experts that are going to be over this. So we're going to start out with a nominee process. And what it says here, it says any trading card from any form of motorsports is eligible to be nominated for voting into the Racing Card Hall of Fame. These cards can be from Formula One, NASCAR, IndyCar, drag racing, airplane racing, motorcycle racing, or any form of motorsports. The NasCardRadio committee reserves the right to reject any card nominated that does not fit the motorsports criteria. So really, basically, any card that's in motorsports of any form can be nominated for possible voting into the Racing Card Hall of Fame. So what we're wanting to do here is we're wanting to involve all you guys in this process. We want you guys to nominate. We want you guys to vote. So the collector participation in voting process. The process of selecting 10 inductee cards out of the 40 nominees for induction into the Racing Card Hall of Fame involves a voting process that reflects the consensus of the voting body, which consists of the NasCardRadio committee, trading card experts, collectors, and fans. So here's a breakdown of the process. Number one, the initial nomination. Input from the racing card collector base will be taken to create a list of eligible cards. So basically what we're going to have is we're going to have a form which we will publish, and you'll see here shortly, where you guys can nominate your favorite racing trading cards. And we're going to do that for like 3 weeks. So this list, so to go on with what it says here, it says this list is based on certain criteria of historical significance, rarity, and popularity. These nominee cards will be compiled along with the nominees of the NasCardRadio committee. The top 40 nominee cards are then compiled and announced to the public. So basically what that means is we're going to take everybody's cards that they want, that they want to nominate. We're going to create a list of 40 out of that. Then we're going to have a voting process that we're going to do on Google Forms, which we will do later. And from whoever gets the top 10 votes will be put into the Racing Card Hall of Fame. So that's kind of how it works. So see, it says that the voting body, the Racing Card Hall of Fame voting body, will consist of trading card collector community and the NasCardRadio committee. These individuals are entrusted with the responsibility of casting one vote of 10 cards per person. So basically, we're going to put you guys on the honor system. It's going to ask you for a email address, and we'll give you the password to get in to vote. But we're hoping that everybody just does it votes once. So the voting process, it says each member of the voting body is asked to select their preferred 10 cards from the list of 40 nominees. Each vote cast for each card counts as one vote. There are no extra point values for any card, as all cards will carry the same weight. So, a 72 SDP Richard Petty would be the same as the 88 Max JD McDuffie or something. So it's the same weight. So voting will be open for a period of approximately 4 weeks, and we will tell you guys when that voting period will start. The NasCardRadio committee will publish a link as to where the voting will be held, which is going to be, we're going to do it on Google Forms, like I said. So tabulation. The votes are collected and tabulated by the NasCardRadio committee, and the 10 cards that receive the highest number of votes in the voting process will be inducted into the Racing Card Hall of Fame. Pretty simple. Whoever gets the top 10 cards get the most votes are in. So announcement says once the votes are counted and verified by the NasCardRadio committee, the inductee cards will be announced on NasCard Radio prior to the Daytona 500 for that year. So we will be announcing this once the voting is done. We go through the whole process, right the episode before the Daytona 500 this next year. These trading card inductees will be celebrated on the Racing Card Hall of Fame or HOF.com website. So the URL if you guys want to go out now and look at these rules, is racingcardhof.com. So the last step in this process is yearly nomination. Going forward, each year, 10 cards from the list of the 40 nominees will be inducted into the Racing Card Hall of Fame. Okay, we all know that. Of the 30 remaining cards, the bottom 10 cards that receive the fewest votes will be removed from the list of nominees, which will leave 20 cards that we will carry over to the next year. So we will have a new list of 20 additional nominees, which will be added to the list of the new nominees compiled from the NASCAR Radio Committee, along with input from trading card experts, collectors, and fans. So basically, we're going to carry over 20 cards, and we'll have 22 nominees the next year. But this year, since this is the first year, we're going to have 40. They'll all be new. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell. Val, your comments.
I'm very excited. Can't wait for the whole process to start here and get that first list of nominees and then induction.
Yeah. So what we're going to do tonight, we're going to announce the nomination process, and we've got a URL and a QR code that we're going to show here, to where you guys can go ahead and start nominating your cards. And you can nominate up to 10 cards. If you on this process, if you want to do it again, I have no problem with that, because we're just trying to get nominees, but try to be thoughtful on which ones that you want to see. The thing to remember is it's going to ask you for a login. So, and you just use your email address, and the password is going to be RCHOF. And that is all in capital letters. And once you get in there, you'll see the list, and you can type in the cards that you want to see nominated for the Racing Card Hall of Fame. Basically, the format's going to be the year, the manufacturer, the card name, and the card number. And you'll see that when you get there.
Yeah, there's an example on the form.
Yes, there is an example on the form. But we are using Google Forms. That's probably the best way, and I think the fairest way to do it. And the good thing about the Google Forms is that it calculates all this stuff for us, so we know, what cards have been nominated, which cards, when we do the voting, which cards we,
right,
the winners. But we're very excited about this. Once we have our initial 10 winners, they're going to live on the racingcardhof.com website. So from then on, from eternity on until whenever, those cards will live there, and you'll be able to go out and visit and see who was inducted in 2024, 2025, 2026, and so on and so forth. So we will have those, and we're going to do the front and backs, and we're going to write up a little description of the cards, and things like that. So it'll be really nice when we get done with it.
So when does nominations open?
Now, nominations will open up as soon as people hear this.
Okay. And how long does it run till?
I believe it's going to run until the 2nd of December.
Okay.
So you've got basically a little over 3 weeks, I guess, to put in your nominations.
Yeah, if you check Twitter, we'll have information out there periodically just to remind folks about it.
Yeah, we'll be doing a social media blitz. We'll talk about it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Some of the Facebook groups probably will see if we can get permission to do that there. I don't think they'll have any trouble with that. But there it is again. There's
code, yep.
Yeah, and there's the URL to vote. It's https:/bit.ly/RCHOF cards. That will get you there if you don't have the QR code.
Yep. https://bit. Is it ly?
ly, yes.
/RCHOF CARDS for those on the podcast.
Yeah, I used Bitly to go through and take the long URL and resolve it to a short URL like this one.
Okay.
Which makes it a lot easier, because if you look at the URL that that Google spits out at you, it's huge. So this is the best way to do it.
Or if you're listening to the podcast, you can go over to the YouTube and go, let's see, about the 50-minute mark, and you'll see the QR code pop out your phone, and it'll take you right where you want to go. You just enter your email address and the password, all uppercase, RCHOF.
Yeah, so we're really looking forward to this. Val and I have had this idea for, I guess, a while now. It's been since last year, and we finally have some time to actually work on it and do it the justice that it deserves.
Yeah, so once we get into kind of the off season, it allows us to do a little more freestyle, I guess, and do stuff like this. And we'll have, I think we talked about the other week, maybe do some live shows as well. So between now and February, um, we'll have mostly regular shows, but we might do some live shows and bring some other content. I think we talked about doing possibly hero cards, some other top 10 cards of drivers, maybe touch on some of the classics, vintage sets, maybe some of the newer sets. So
Mm-hmm.
looking forward to the off season here to work on some different stuff. So
Yeah, we really are. And keep in mind, like I said, voting. I mean, not voting. Nominations start today. So be thinking about the cards that you guys would love to see into the Racing Card Hall of Fame. And once we have all these nominations, we're going to spend pretty much the month of December going through, compiling the list for voting, and then voting will start at the first of the year, and it'll run about a month. And once we have that, then we will announce the winners like a week or two later on NASCAR radio. So that's kind of how it works.
and the great thing is, there's no wrong answers
No, there's no wrong answers.
because there are right answers for you. So put down the top 10 that you think should be in there.
Yeah, I really look forward to everybody's input and see what people think about, what are their favorite cards. Because it could be any cards you want. Put them in there. I mean, the worst that can happen is they just don't make it. But
Yeah, there's no consent. They don't get the votes or the consensus, but it'll be on the list. So
it will be on the list.
maybe you're an NHR guy or maybe an IndyCar guy, F1, NASCAR. I'm
Maybe you want to see the Mario Andretti Panini rookie in there, or John Force's rookie card. I mean, it's whoever. That's the beauty of it.
I was thinking Pastrana or was it Ricky Carmichael or
I almost wore my Travis Pastrana shirt tonight. I didn't, but I've got my Slab Fire shirt on. I don't know if people see it.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, I mean, so we're talking it's wide open. It's just not NASCAR. So this is motor. I don't want people to think that it just has to be NASCAR. This is wide open for all motorsports. So this is exciting. This is not, like I said, we're the only ones who do. We try to incorporate as much auto racing as we can. So, some folks just do baseball or football or whatever. Motorsports is kind of wide open. So everybody likes to go fast and beat other people.
That's me when I'm driving.
Yeah, maybe I'm not the only one. I think I said about this before. It's like I'm on the roads out there in the middle of nowhere, and it's like trying to take the turns right. So it's like cutting off, the shortest path there. So
I do that on my bike on the trails.
Yeah. Anyway, I digress. All right, so we're already over. But again,
I was just going to say, I'm just looking forward to what everybody thinks about this. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments too, as well, because we're excited about this. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Like I said, we kind of took the idea from the Baseball Card Hall of Fame, but we've enhanced it. In my opinion, it's going to be much, much better. And that's just my opinion, but I'm a little biased.
Okay. All right. So we're running out of time, but I do want to cover these because it's that time of season this year, and it's getting to be Black Friday. And so Black Friday is just not the Friday after Thanksgiving. Now, folks are trying to get in earlier. And I love when the card companies do it. And this is some great stuff. So most of it is on the NASCAR side. But hey, opening packs is opening packs, and so we want to make sure folks know about this. We are not receiving any money or for sponsorship from any of these guys. So I bought from them before, and if you listen to the show over the years, Black Friday is kind of when I try to buy stuff. When I bought my 2011 Wheels Element case, that's when I bought it. My 2016 certified case, that's when I bought it. I think so. The images back in the day, I got blasted for $5 or $10 for the 2013 total memorabilia and the 2016 stuff. I mean, this is the time. So just want to make sure that we know that. So we're not being paid sponsors for them, but I think some of these are great deals. And again, for you to evaluate and depending on your situation, but there's opportunities out there. So first we'll usually cover the big three. We'll work on Steel City first. Where do I see the deals here? I think they had some out there. 2016 retail packs, 179 for 24. And let's see what else we got. 27 Donruss, 24 packs for $20. Limit when they go limit 40. They didn't have a ton out there, if I remember right. That doesn't mean that they will not add some over the course of the next few weeks. So it doesn't look
Yeah.
like they have a bunch, but they have a few. The next one, let's go David Adams. And if you see something, let me know if I missed something. Blood is the one I think they're more aggressive than everybody else. They do have 2023 Donruss 7-pack 20 box case for $250. So what is that?
Was it like 12.50 a box or something
Yeah.
like that? Something
So
like that?
yeah, and then individuals for 15. So that's not too bad. They do have Donruss for what I see was 70 a box. Prism blasters for 79. And I think there's one more page. They didn't have a bunch, but like I said, you kind of look at all three, check them out. $15 blasters, $20 blasters.
Yeah.
2018 Prism 7-pack also has that 3-pack card Prism camo for $20. These were high as $40, $50 when Haley was at her prime there. So I think
Yeah.
that was it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Go back up for a second.
Yep.
Go back up to right there. 2018 certified. They've got it for $14.95 for a blaster. We're going to see some cheaper prices here shortly.
Yeah. So now let's go to Blowout. They have Blowout in the name.
Wow.
All right. So we get over to Blowout. And on page 1, hopefully they still have it. All right. So hobby boxes of 2018 Donruss for 50. 2018 certified hobby for 50. Donruss for 50. Victory Lane for 50. 2020 Donruss hobby for 50. Was it 2020 that had the fifth, the 5 had the extra autographs with the cars numbered out of 5, or was that 21?
Let's
Can't
see.
remember. I know I'm
Because
putting you on the
I
spot.
think 2017 was the first year for Donruss.
No.
So
Remember, it had Tim had grabbed cards, and they had extra autographs.
right, but that was the 5th anniversary. That's where I was going with that.
Okay, so
I think 27. So 2021 would be the
okay,
5th
thank you.
anniversary.
All right, and 2011, no. Okay, So now we're getting into the case of blasters. 2014 press pass, 20 bucks for 100. 2017 torque blaster, 20 for $100, $5 a blaster. 2018 certified blaster, 20 box case, $100. 2018 victory lane. So 18, I'm trying to remember the rookies. Who was it? Is it Briscoe and Austin, or is it Austin Hill? Is in 2018. Victory lane, as well as Haley Deegan. Yeah. 2018 Dunrush Racing 20 box blaster case, $100. 2019 Dunrush Racing blaster case, $100. So that's $5 a piece.
That's tremendous.
Yeah.
Look at that though. Look at the Ignite. It's 100. There's 100 packs. The retail packs, of course. So that's basically $1 a pack. And those, I love Ignite. There's a lot of good cards in there.
Yeah, I'm not sure how the retail works, but $1 a pack. If you want some stuff to open, that's not bad. So now this is not 100, but 200. So 20, because a lot of people like Select. 2017 Panini Select Racing Blaster, 20 box case for 200. That's $10 a blaster.
Yeah.
So it's a little, it's pricier, but you're also getting that chrome in the first year Select. So like I said, I've seen those go for what, $20, $30, $35 a blaster because Select's drying up. I think that kind of is it. I know the Sapphire here is 250. I think I want to say, was that what, 350 or more on Topps' website when it first came out? So
Yeah. So that tells you
they're taking a loss on that
they
stuff.
are taking a loss on it. Yep.
Then we get down to these other ones. But anyway, I wanted to make you guys aware of it so that you can kind of check it out. And that doesn't mean that this is written in stone, that they can possibly add other things to the sale and pull sales off. It all depends on how much they got and they run out of. But I just wanted to make folks aware of the big three. And if you had extra funds or if you were looking for stuff, now might be a time to look. I mean, if you had deep pockets, a 12 box case of 2018 certified for $600.
Yeah, and that's some good stuff there, as we all know.
Well, usually when you buy a case, usually a case has got some, good hits, and you have other ones that might not be as great. So by buying the case, you'll have better odds, right? It's like buying a case of National Treasures, right?
Yep, exactly.
If you can swing it. So anyway, just want to make folks aware of it. I know we're pushing time, but
yeah, and kind of going with the same theme. We talked to our friends at Panini today, as a matter of fact, and the release order for the different releases of this year. Of course, we all know that Chronicles is going to be on the 29th of November, and Prime is also scheduled for the 12th, the 29th of December. There you go. Of course, it's all subject to change. Then after that, Prism is scheduled. We don't know the date yet. And then National Treasures is scheduled after that. So the good thing is we've also heard there's going to be some really cool things in NT this year. So I'm looking forward to that, especially since it's the 75th anniversary of NASCAR.
Yeah, looking forward to it. All right. Anything else before we roll the bean footage?
No, roll it, brother. Time to go. All right, welcome to this week's King's Court. eBay is acting weird, so we've got some different images today. But we're going to start off with our honorable mention number one. This was on the 5th of November. It's weird to say November. 2022 National Treasures NASCAR Jeff Gordon Auto number 2 on card. Legend, it says. They were asking $850 for this card, and they accepted a best offer of $400.
Wow.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's only out of 2. That's the 2 of 2. It's kind of hard to see now, since we don't really have
right.
We can't get into the actual page, but pretty cool card. We think about that. I think that's probably about the right price for that card.
Yeah, I would think so. I think it's an on card auto number to 2. I'm thinking at $400 you can try to go after the other one.
I think so. I think that'd be a nice little thing to complete.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Okay. Right. Next, honorable mention number 2. This was on the 6th of November. It's a 1992 Trax Dale Earnhardt Sr. / Richard Petty dual auto insert card, PSA 9. I think that's a PSA 9 for the autos, I think. It's kind of hard to tell if I remember correctly. But anyway, it went out for bidding, but there was only one bid, and it started at $409.99. And, of course, that's where it ended.
Yeah, this looks like it's authentic, and maybe the autos are a 9, like you said.
Yes, exactly. That's what it looks like to me.
I think somebody stole that card.
You read my mind. That's what I was going to say. That's a very cheap price for that card.
Yeah. To have it basically authenticated, because that one, there were some blanks that got out, and, it's easy to tell by the Petty auto, but, it's basically authentic there. So that's like a raw price. So that's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, I mean, I would take that card and resubmit it and get a grade on the card itself too, because I looked at the card and it looked good to me. I didn't see anything wrong with it, and I looked at the description and I didn't see anything in the description that told me that there was something wrong with that card. So
yeah, I mean, this one down here went for $380. That wasn't even authentic. So yeah, I think somebody got a good deal on that.
I think they did too. I think it should have gone for at least a couple $100 more than that, if not more.
Yeah. All
right. So next up is our Joker of the Week. See, we're actually able to get to this website. It's weird how some of them were working today and some of them were not. But anyway, this was on the 6th of November. It's a 1-of-1 Max Verstappen 2021 custom art card. And it's done by an artist named Bobzilla. And they were asking $299 for this, and I guess Bobzilla accepted the best offer of $100.
Man, so, I need to start doing some stuff.
Man, I can mark on cards with the best of them, man. That's my wife.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm gonna try. I think work on some of that $100. Yeah, that's
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it didn't take him an hour to do that. So he's making more than $100 an hour.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I thought it was cool, because when I was flipping through the listings, I saw that card, and far away it looked like it was had a couple eyeballs and a weird mouth with white lips. It was just weird looking to me.
Yeah.
And then I zoomed in on it, saw what it was, and went, okay, this guy's just taking these cards and he's just changing them up and marking on them.
Yep.
But yeah, very interesting. I may do that. We may have a NasCardRadio 1-of-1 card here soon.
I like that. Okay.
All right. So next we're going to have our Jack of the Week. This is our young driver. This was on the 3rd of November. Go figure. It's Lando Calrissian Norris, 2022 Topps Dynasty Formula One zipper patch auto number 9 of 10. It says Topps sealed. I'm doing air quotes as I do that.
Right.
And they were asking $500, and they accepted the best offer of $425.
I think that's a good deal.
I think so too, because the Lando, his stock is rising.
Yeah, and it's a zipper. I mean, it's unique relic, I guess you want to say, or whatever. So it's definitely different. And for $425, again, that's cheaper than a box of Dynasty. So
it sure is, man. I mean, that's the thing about Dynasty, man. It's easy to take a loss on that stuff. I'd rather just buy cards like this, that I know what I'm going to get.
Yeah, I think it's actually a really good price.
I think so too. All right. So next up is our Queen of the Week. This was on the 7th of November. It's a 2007 Rittenhouse Racing IRL autograph of Danica Patrick. They were asking $499.99. And guess what? You know what happened.
Don't tell me somebody said click.
Somebody clicked. Somebody paid almost $500 for this card.
I'd rather have the Lando.
I would too.
and the extra money.
Yes, me too.
Well, you know what? Good for them. Good for the seller. Good for the buyer. But
to each their own. We're not here to tell people how to collect. It's just that I could buy some nice senior autographs for that kind of price, and he's done a lot more than she's ever done.
Yeah, well, I guess when I say that, I'm not disparaging on anybody who bought it. It's just for me, I wouldn't have paid that. I would have, like I said, we had other things we would have looked at. So, and I think the Rittenhouse, I don't think that's a hard one. I think they come up, and there's some diehard Danica Patrick fans out there. So, I mean, if it was graded or something, maybe, but again, to me, that's not my wheelhouse. So.
No, it's not my wheelhouse either. And again, we're not here to tell anybody how to collect. I mean, it's your money, and because I know I've spent money, high dollars on things probably I shouldn't have, just because I wanted it, and I totally understand that.
Yep. So.
Yep. So like you say, congrats to the seller and the buyer.
Yep. All
right. King of the Week. This is on the 2nd of November. Check this one out. We've seen one of these cars before. 1998 Press Pass Dale Earnhardt Sr. 50th Anniversary Gold Signings Autograph. And they actually let this one fly on bids. And it ended up at $635.88 with 60 bids.
Wow.
60 bids.
Yeah, that's a lot of bid activity. That gold is pretty good.
Oh, it looks great. I was looking at that. I mean, he did good. That must have been the fresh marker when he did that one.
Yeah, that's a nice. That kind of pops on that image, and that's that classic Earnhardt Senior image with those glasses and stuff. So,
that's
cool. And numbered. What was it? Numbered out of 700.
Was that number 30?
Oh, I'm sorry, 100. That was 30 out of 100.
Yeah, 30 out of 100.
Yeah. So very cool.
Yeah, so whoever got that, man, that is a cool card. Congrats. I love that card.
All right.
Our 101 of the week, our ace, was on the 4th of November, my birthday. It's a 2022 Topps F1 Lights Out Charles Leclerc. Yeah, he had lights out for sure. Gold frame, 1 of 1, PSA 9. And again, this card went out for bidding as well. And it landed at $2,950 with 21 bids.
Impressive.
Yeah.
$40 for shipping.
Yeah.
In China.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think it's coming from overseas.
Wow.
Pretty cool card, though. Look at that gold border and everything. That's a nice card.
Yeah, it looks like it's raised up. We didn't have a lot of lights out. I think lights out was a UK issue. So
yeah, I never saw anything like that here.
Yeah, I've seen some of them on some of the websites, the big three, but never messed with it. So, but wow, 21 bids, almost $3,000.
Yeah, so that's a nice card, man. I think that's probably about the right price for it. It may be a little high, I don't know, but still pretty nice card.
Yeah, I'm not a player at that, but I think looking at it, it's a really good looking card, right? So the gold frame on it, the red and black fire suit, and then the orange, black, and yellow, I guess, on the left hand side. It's a nice, cool looking card.
Mm-hmm. It's very aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah, Ferrari logo down in the bottom right, and that black. Yeah.
So cool, man. Cool card.
All right.
Drum roll. Too bad we don't have the close-up image of this, but our Royal Flush of the week, this was on the 2nd of November. It's a 2020 Topps Dynasty F1 Lewis Hamilton signed on card, it says, auto patch out of 10. And it's a PSA 10. And this card also went out for bidding. And as you can see, it landed at $16,700 with 53 bids.
That is, I mean, people talk about the market being down. When you look at the ones below us here, we got the other Lewis Hamiltons for 2,300, 3,700 with the zipper on the BGS. Both those are BGS. So that is a lot of coin.
That's a lot of coin. Of course, it was a Propstein auction, so
and it is 2020. It is the first year.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just impressive, man. We need to get some of that Mortal Kombat or whatever sound.
Yeah, that's a nice card, man. And the autograph looks pretty good. I wish we could have had a better image, but
yeah, when I try to click on it, oh, it worked. Well, that worked. Okay, it didn't work before. Maybe they got the bugs worked out of it before. It says sorry, whatever, missed. But here we go.
Oh, here we go. Val's going to bring up the actual page.
Does it come up?
No, I don't see it.
Oh, you know why? Opened in another window. Hold on.
Oh, tricky.
All right, so let me
curse you, eBay, for tricking
stop
us.
in there. Share. No. Yeah, stop. Share. All right, which one is the real one? That's it right there. Okay. 16 grand. There you go. Boom.
Boom. That's nice, man.
Yeah, $16,700 with 53 bids.
And it's a PSA 10. I mean, you got to think about that card for a second. They put it's got the memorabilia in there. Then they had to send it to Lewis to sign. And we've all seen how these athletes sign cards, man. They just kind of whatever. But this one managed to stay a 10. So that's awesome. That's one thing I don't have in my collection is a Lewis Hamilton autograph. That's something I need to work on.
Yeah, me too, I guess.
Him and Max and some others.
All right.
So, yeah, that is it for this week's King's Court.
Well, thank you. Impressive. So, we're already over time. So, so we're off next week. And recap, make sure you check out the big three for Black Friday. Keep an eye on them periodically throughout the weeks there until Thanksgiving. So you might find something in your price range to scratch that itch, I guess, until we get to the end of the month when hopefully, fingers crossed, Chronicles drops. So,
yeah, and if you see any good deals from the big three that we haven't talked about, just go ahead and add us on Twitter or wherever and let us know about it, because that's how I ended up today buying the case of Prime 2018, not Prime, certified, excuse me.
Yeah.
But yeah, go ahead, talk about it.
Yeah, so then don't forget, we have the link to the Racing Card Hall of Fame. So if you use that QR code, get to the nomination and enter your email address, and password is RCHOF, all uppercase.
Yep. I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm looking forward to seeing what people think, what they nominate.
Okay. All right. So I guess we're out of here. Thanks everybody for watching. Stay hanging in there to the end. So, anything else?
Well, if you have any questions about the Racing Card Hall of Fame, just DM us and we'll be glad to answer any questions you got.
Yep. All right. And then we're off next week. And so we'll be back after the Las Vegas Grand Prix.
Yep. Don't forget, we've got hashtag skid marks, Ty freaking Gibbs, and hashtag, I'm going to see if I can get it up here real quick, hashtag Slapfire.
There you go. All right. We're out of here. We'll see you in 2 weeks.